would this be your best five? Or is there a better five out there? Now, I like this five right here. I really do. I think this five would be the best of all time. Right? I mean, Magic at the point with Michael. And then you got Bird, of course, and McHale. And Hakeem Olajuwon, who gets overlooked a lot when it comes to all-time great bigs, right? I mean, when people talk about all-time great bigs, you hear a lot of people mention Russell and Shaq, Wilt, Kareem, but Hakeem gets kind of lost in the sauce, right? As they say, he kind of gets like forgotten about. Which Hakeem Olajuwon, I mean, to me, he's up there. He's right there with them. And so when I'm looking at this five, I think this is a perfect start five. Now, can you mix and match and take guys off and replace them? Of course. I mean, of course, there's plenty of power forwards you could probably find to replace McHale. You probably can replace Hakeem with other bigs. But I think for the most part, this is a perfect team. I think this team fits perfectly, right? You get everything. You get defense, you get toughness, you get winning, you got good shooters and Bird. You get high IQ basketball, which is a very key element that's missing even in today's NBA. And this is why I believe this is the best starting five that you could put together. You get a combination of everything. Everything. Right? Now, can you put together a team that can shoot better? Of course you can. You could find guys that shoot better. You could put together a five of guys. Obviously, if you look at guys like Curry and these other pieces from all different eras. Can you put together guys who have better ball handling skills? Yeah, you could probably put together a lineup of guys who jump higher or are more athletic. But the key fundamentals of basketball are all in this one photo. Footwork, high IQ, hustle, shooting, post play, defense, playmaking skills, size, scoring. You get it all in this starting lineup. There's no weakness in this five collectively together. No weakness at all. Because even if you say Magic may be a little slow, he's not as fast to keep up with, to guard a smaller guard. Well, if that smaller guard gets past him, you got to deal with, if you're going to the rack, you got to deal with Hakeem Olajuwon waiting right there. You got to deal with them tough bigs down there. Bird was an underrated help defender, pretty damn good one too. Very underrated. I know people look at Larry Bird, think, oh, Bird can't do nothing. Michael is also a great help defender as well. So Magic is safe. Magic would never worry about, even if he did get beat. Michael's footwork, he's quick as a cat. Bird was a pretty solid help defender. Of course, you got McHale and Olajuwon. So defensively, this team is solid. Don't be fooled because they may look like, oh yeah, you see a couple white boys and tall Magic who, wasn't really known as a defender. Don't get fooled. This lineup here will shut you down. That's all I'm saying. Don't get fooled. Now you guys like to look at you like the physical, you like the visual. You guys are visuals, right? You like a guy that looks like he can stop people. I mean, look at today's guys in the NBA. A lot of those guys look like they're athletically gifted. They should be able to guard. They got long wingspans, but none of them can play defense. So all that looking like you can lock down a guy, and that looks mean nothing. Okay? And watch today's NBA. Guys ain't locking nobody down. Handful of guys to even play defense. All right? It was so bad defensively in this era that Brook Lopez, who was able to bring his career back to life and become a legit defender. Right? Brook Lopez, bad feet in Brooklyn, had foot injury, 20-point became scorer, was not really a great rebounder, even though he would get you about 9 rebounds, but for a guy his size, he should be giving you like 12, 13 rebounds a game. But he had his feet problems. He has injury problems. He comes back, and all of a sudden the guy is a legit defensive threat. Right? Last couple seasons. I don't know what he's doing this year because I'm not really paying attention to NBA this year like that. But the previous years, last couple years previously, he's been amongst one of the best defenders in the NBA. So that's how bad this era is defensively. That a guy like that can come back and become a legitimate defensive threat. Not because we think he's a great defender. He's made himself that way because he knows, hey, no one else is playing defense. I don't have to go up against any real skilled bigs. Maybe twice, 3, 4 times a year. If I play like a Giannis, or not a Giannis, a Joker, and a few others, but they're not going up against elite centers, right? But anyway, so this starting 5 right here would destroy any starting 5, in my opinion, in league history. I mean, and there's a lot of great players back then, that 70s, 80s, and 90s era. I don't really respect anything after like 2000 and I don't know, mid 2000s. Definitely anything past 2010, I don't respect at all as far as like elite basketball. I'll give the first half of 2000s Western Conference basketball. I'll give that. But you could see that the trend was going towards offense because even a lot of those teams weren't great defensively. Like you had the Suns, Dallas, these teams that would score a lot of points weren't great defensively, but they were very entertaining offensively. And it wasn't, even though they didn't play defense, like Dallas didn't play no defense, but offensively they were very entertaining. But now today you have like 20 teams in the league that are like Dallas, and it's kind of like, we've seen this before, and it's not that entertaining. It was entertaining back then when it was only like 3 or 4 teams, but when you got teams that are winning 10 games that could score 130 points a night, but they can't get no wins. So give me this starting 5 right here. I'll take the starting 5 over any starting 5. If you disagree, let me know in the comments who you would replace, or give me your 5. If I'm going to the park, these are the 5 guys I want. If I'm coaching, these are the 5 I want.